One death threat might not mean anything, but two is a promise. Monet Tejada has threatened to kill her daughter twice now, and there are a couple other details that tease a huge death in the series. This video covers the film story behind Monet's threat and how capable she is of going through with it. Stick around and find out if there's a chance Monet will go through with her threats. The Tejadas have always been an incredibly dysfunctional family, and with Lorenzo stuck in jail serving out a 25-year sentence, Monet had to pick up the slack and run the Tejada drug organization. Does running the organization make Monet hardened enough to kill her own daughter? Monet as the head of the drug organization. In the earlier seasons, she mostly just carried out orders that she received from Lorenzo, but things changed after Tasha St. Patrick came to see her. If anyone could understand what Monet is going through, it would be Tasha. After all, she spent all those years by Ghost's side, and he's an even bigger drug dealer than Lorenzo. Tasha gave Monet some advice, which she took immediately, and then she really started calling the shots. She made decisions that Lorenzo didn't authorize, and she was also making plans to leave the organization. These plans did not involve Lorenzo or even her son, Kane. During this time, Monet started teaching her daughter how to run the organization as well. She taught her how to load a gun and gave her tips on how to level the playing field in a man's world. Monet taught her daughter all she needed to survive in the business they're in. But all Monet's teachings come back around to bite her when Diana betrays her. The question now is if Diana's betrayal is enough for her mom to kill her. Lorenzo returns. From the start of season 2, Monet was in charge of making all the decisions. Sadly, she didn't know that while she was trying to get her family out of the business, her kids were working behind her back. Her son Drew told Zeke about her plans to use him to leave the drug business. This complicated all of Monet's plans, but it didn't stop there. Monet was also having trouble with Dante Spears, aka Mecca, and it was revealed that he was actually Zeke's father. But her plans got completely blown up when Lorenzo was released from prison. Lorenzo took back control of the organization and Monet was back to being second in command, which she didn't like at all. Monet and Lorenzo had different beliefs on how their kids should be raised, and she wasn't happy that he was taking control away from her. After spending 10 years raising their kids alone and running the organization, Lorenzo's release meant that she had to be in his shadow again. Monet was also angry because Lorenzo was being praised for teaching Diana to play the game.
Damn, Renzo, you raised the boss.
When in reality, she was the one who taught her. Monet taught Diana everything she knows about the industry, so hearing Lorenzo get all the praise was annoying for her, but she couldn't say anything about it. The first death threat. Diana noticed her mom wasn't happy about everything going on, but she didn't say anything either. She loves getting her father's approval, and she knew that with Lorenzo out of jail, he'd be the one calling the shots. That's why she helped him get out of jail so she could be on his good side. Being on her father's side would give her control, and that is something that every member of the Tejada will do anything to get. So she went behind her mother's back and got her father out of jail, leaving her mom powerless. This is when Monet made the first death threat to Diana.
I killed a man for that money, Diana.
Monet was powerless with Lorenzo out of jail, so she was really angry that Diana did that to her. But Monet wasn't the only one struggling to adjust to Lorenzo being out of jail. His presence also messed things up for their kids. It affected Diana's hustle and even Drew's plans to leave the organization and have a normal life. This was already creating a lot of tension with the Tejadas, and things got even worse when Monet's lies finally came to light. All this piled up tension led to that catastrophic dinner scene and another death threat from Monet to Diana. The first death threat caused an avalanche of chaos that didn't stop until it crashed into the dinner table. The second death threat. Both Monet and Diana started making moves to hurt the other. Like Monet not allowing Diana to go to Stanfield because she wanted to stop her from being with Tariq St. Patrick.
No, I wanted to go to Stanfield.
And I told you to stay the fuck away from Tariq.
And Diana leaking secrets that could cost Monet her life. Diana told Lorenzo that Monet was making plans to leave the organization, plans that didn't include him. Before Monet could even react to that, Diana dropped another bombshell that just might tear their family apart. Diana searched her mom's phone and did a deep dive into her text messages where she found a mysterious text. She connected the dots when she remembered that Zeke told her that Dante Spears was his father.
Rick Fox looking nigga out there named Dante claiming to be my dad.
She also remembered a conversation she overheard between her mom and Dante. Diana searched through some old documents and found Zeke's original birth certificate. That's when she realized that Zeke wasn't her cousin. he was actually her half-brother. She confronted her mom about it, but Monet didn't admit to it, which was when Diana decided to expose her at the dinner table instead. Diana revealed the secret at the dinner table, which caused Lorenzo to walk out. Then Monet gave Diana the second death threat. Diana wasn't bothered, and she boldly shouted back at her mother, accusing her of lying to them their whole lives.
I'ma fucking kill you.
Now you've been lying to us our whole fucking lives.
Can Monet really kill Diana? Monet looked livid, but the chances of her actually carrying out her death threats are slim to none. She has proven time and time again that her kids mean the world to her, and she would do anything to keep them safe. Monet has always been super protective of her kids, and what she wants more than anything is for them to leave the organization and have normal lives. She knows the business can be dangerous, and the last thing she wants is one of her kids getting hurt. Monet is constantly looking out for her kids, like when she told Diana to stay away from Tariq because she knew that nothing good ever happened to the people around him. It seems impossible that Monet would ever be capable of killing her own daughter, but Mary J. Blige recently hopped on the Crew Has It podcast, where she spoke about a scene in the upcoming episode that was painful for her to do. This hints at a possible death scene in episode 10. While this could easily be Lorenzo because now that he knows the truth about Zeke, their relationship will never be the same. They won't be able to just go back to the way things used to be, so Monet might be forced to kill Lorenzo. Another possibility is that she actually carries out the threats she made to her daughter. Diana has been getting on Monet's nerves lately and doing things to hurt her. This could force Monet to finally pull the trigger on her daughter and go through with her threat to kill Diana. The fact that Monet has threatened Diana twice is definitely the show teasing the possibility that Monet might kill her. But Diana certainly isn't someone going down without a fight, which means that if Monet really tries to kill her, it will be a fight to the death between mother and daughter. Monet taught Diana everything she knows, so Monet would definitely have the upper hand. But Diana is a quick learner, and she's always ready to do anything to ensure that she comes out on top. Through the course of the season, Diana has become the most calculating person in the Tejada family. She's constantly making moving chess pieces so the endgame benefits her. She has also proven to be really smart. She discovered most of the secrets in the Tejada household and didn't refrain from using all of them to benefit her in one way or the other. With how smart she is, Diana might be the one who uncovers the truth about Zeke's murder. She might be the first person to find out that Lorenzo murdered her half-brother, and she will no doubt use this to her advantage. The possibilities for episode 10 are endless, and there are a lot of ways things could go. Monet might kill Lorenzo to regain power or to stop him from hurting her. However, if Monet decides to kill Diana, there's a possibility that Diana and her mom might end up pointing guns at each other since Monet has already taught her daughter how to use a gun. Other than the upcoming death scene, there's a chance that there might be another death before the season ends, which creates even more possibilities for how the season will round up and how it will set the tone for season 3.